Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman, still in the studios in downtown Lansing. We're going to run over now to the Saginaw area, and we're going to spend some time with Matt Shoffner. Matt is the Senior Business Solutions Manager for the Michigan Manufacturing Technology Center, Northeast Regional Office at Saginaw Valley State University. You must have a huge business card, Matt. That's a lot.
It is literally double-sided.
Good for you. Well, let's bring people up to date on what exactly MMTC is.
So for anybody who doesn't know who we are, we're a nonprofit organization that was actually founded in about 1991 as part of an effort to help shore up manufacturing throughout the state of Michigan. And we're actually part of a national network of organizations. So every state has an organization like the center. And our sole purpose is to help small and medium-sized manufacturers become and remain competitive in this new global market. So we cover a lot of different territories for companies, but essentially we're advisors. Our job is just to help them parse through this complex world, just to improve and really just be more competitive.
Well, Matt, we all need that kind of help, that's for sure. And you also have the voice of experience on your side. So you've seen all the failures, all the problems. There's a real value to that.
Absolutely. I remind people that I am in between 5 and 10 different facilities a week. I've seen a lot of great ways of doing things, a lot of great ways not to do things. But I look at the same way as inventing a light bulb. I'm just finding a lot of ways not to make it. So I like to take some of that knowledge and pass it on to manufacturers so that they realize they're not alone in mistakes that they made and that they're okay. That there are people that can help, and we're seasoned and we know what we're doing to help them get there.
It's funny you say that, because probably step one in that journey is realizing that everybody else has done a stupid thing too. And
absolutely.
It puts people a little more at ease. Now you have a tight partnership with MEDC and also Automation Alley. Tom Kelly, good friend, frequent visitor. Tell me a little bit about that.
So we've been partially funded by the MEDC for a very long time. 2 years ago, the MEDC actually posted one of their signature programs, which is to drive Industry 4.0 technology to Michigan manufacturers. We're one of the partner organizations that they brought on to kind of drive a lot of that initiative home. So we're working closely with Automation Alley. A couple of the things that come out of that initiative are Industry 4.0 assessments. So another thing that we come on site and help people at no cost is look at their operation and understand where the opportunities for technology are available, but help them prioritize which moves should they start with. So really helping them prioritize. Often these manufacturers have lots of ideas and they just don't know where to start. So that's part of our role with the MEDC, to be that advisor to help them get started.
Well, it's kind of interesting because you can't talk to Tom Kelly at Automation Alley without 4.0 coming out of his mouth, and how that has caught on and how that's catching on. So let's talk a little bit more about 4.0 so that everybody out there, because we've got a lot of manufacturers that will be watching this, but we also have a lot of general business people.
So Industry 4.0, one of the key things for people just to keep in mind is it's really an evolution of things that already exist. We talk about robots. Robots have been around in manufacturing for 40 years. But what we're looking at is kind of convergence of how robots and technology interact with humans. And how we can use technology to make people more efficient. So it's no longer just a robot is caged off in its own part of the shop. Now you can work collaborative with robots right next to you. And if they bump into you, they just stop and they don't hurt you, assuming you don't give it a knife or something dangerous. So it's helping companies really understand what the technology is available, and it's far more user-friendly. We've got projects that we've helped companies within weeks teach their people how to program things, collaborative robots. And that actually leads into some events that are tied to the MEDC initiative. We've got some technology showcases we're doing. where we're allowing manufacturers to come in, and I call it a show and tell. Come see the technology with your own eyes, talk to the experts, and learn how you can apply this to your organization. Organizations really like that side of us because we're not trying to sell them anything. But we're not the salespeople for these technologies. We're unbiased. And so when we give them advice, it carries a lot more weight because we'll just tell them the truth and what they need to do and not do.
Ooh, the truth. Eesh. Okay, so listen, let's talk about, and we literally have a minute left. Supply chains. That's another huge manufacturing steeplechase right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's another initiative that we've launched with the MEDC. We've got a program called Connects, and what it is it's an online supply chain database. So you talk to a manufacturer about their supply chain, first thing you're going to see is a cringe, because they're dealing with a lot of disruptions over the last 2 years, with things not getting off the truck, off the boat. So what this is it's a database where we're connecting Michigan manufacturers together. So we're giving them a search engine so where they can come in and look for suppliers in their own backyard. And we're integrating this with a national network of other states that do the same. So organizations that log into one will be able to identify supply chain providers throughout the country. So we can help reshore the supply chain and import less.
Well, Matt Shoffner, Senior Business Solutions Manager for the Michigan Manufacturing Technology Center, Northeast region up at Saginaw Valley State. Keep up the good work, my friend. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Chris.
All right. We're going to be right back on the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman.